Hey there, I'm Ryan and I'm happy you've tuned in today. For those that aren't familiar with the word Genesis, it's a Greek word that means origin or creation. It's believed that along with the other first 5 books of the Bible, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy, that Genesis was written by Moses, who led the Israelites out of Egypt into the Promised Land. What's apparent to me as I read Genesis from the outset is the theme of order and planning. It's not too often that someone comes along and decides to create the universe, right? I mean, for me, the extent of my creative abilities is making chocolate cakes, landscaping my garden, and working on YouTube videos. But God takes creation to a whole new level. One that, despite all our scientific progress and aspiration, humankind has never been able to emulate. He created the universe, and in those powerful words from Genesis in chapter 1, verse 3, God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. God saw the light was good. It took him 6 days of work, during which time he created light and darkness, so day and night, created the sky and the water underneath as well as the land. He then creates plants and wildlife, as it says in chapter 1, verses 11 to 12. God said, "Let the land produce vegetation, seed-bearing plants and trees on the land that bear fruit with seed in it, according to their various kinds." And it was so. The land produced vegetation, plants bearing seed according to their kinds, and trees bearing fruit with seed in it according to their kinds. And God saw that it was good. You know what I really love throughout this chapter is God's pride in his work. God saw it was good. I love him because he has confidence. He knows how powerful he is, and what he does is amazing. Like a craftsman, an old school artisan, he approaches his work with love and care and devotion. If you've ever watched a carpenter or a furniture maker and they are enjoying what they're doing and care about it, they will do a little bit of work, then take a step back and look at their work and inspect it. If they aren't happy with something, they'll fine-tune it, step back and look at it again until they make it perfect. This is what God is doing. He's creating something incredible, something beyond our human comprehension. He's creating the universe and our beautiful planet, Earth. And at each step, like the incredible craftsman he is stepping back and looking at his work. I wonder, as I read this part of the Bible, what God's vision was, what his plan was. When a furniture maker starts out, they start first with a design. It could be a well-drawn diagram or a rough sketch. Either way, they have a picture in their mind of what the finished piece of furniture looks like. No doubt God has exactly the same approach in mind. He had a plan well in advance as he shaped the universe into something that he was happy with. Creating the universe was no accident. It wasn't like God was on holidays and he got bored and one day he woke up and said, "I think I might create the universe today." And then he treated it like a side project in between other more important things. No. The universe was no accident. You see someone who has the grandest of grandest visions in mind. From the smallest details right through to the big picture, God had it covered. Let me ask you a question. Do you think that you are incredible? Well, take your body for example. Yes, that body that right now is automatically breathing for you, has a heart that is beating, and a fully functioning brain. Well, take a deep breath and enjoy what it is to be alive when I share with you some of the incredible things about the human body. Firstly, did you know that we have 7 octillion atoms in the human body? If you don't know what an octillion is, it has 29 zeros after it. In short, it's a massive number. Secondly, want to know how old you really are? Well, based on those same atoms, you are 13.7 billion years old. In short, you are as old as the universe itself. So you may be looking good in the mirror, but deep down, you're old. And did you know that in your DNA, apart from the chromosomes that you've inherited from your ancestors right through to the first humans, your DNA contains genes from at least 8 retroviruses. These viruses at some point in our history have been incorporated into human DNA and now play a vital role in human reproduction. Humans are incredibly special. We are created in God's image, but we aren't the only ones that are incredible. Just take a look at our planet. There are over 9 million known species of life on Earth and counting. This means that during those 6 days, God designed and made over 9 million creatures that we know of. That's not to mention the 390,000 plants that are known to exist. We're still discovering wildlife and plants every day. Take humpback whales, for example. They live off their fat reserves for 5.5 to 7.5 months each year when they live in warmer tropical waters before they head down for a holiday to Antarctica to eat krill for the remainder of the year. Or one of my favorite creatures, bees. 90% of wild plants and 75% of crops depend on bees for pollination. Outside of our planet and the known realms of our experience, there are over 5 billion planets in the Milky Way and over 1 trillion galaxies containing countless stars and atoms. Think about the perfect positioning of the Earth, not too close and not too far from the sun to allow all living creatures on this beautiful planet to thrive. And a moon that lights up our evening skies, that same moon that Adam and Eve, Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, and our Lord Jesus all looked up at night to reflect upon in awe at the works of our Father's hands. Do you think that all of this is just one big accident? Do you think this happened by chance? I hope I'm not the first to break this to you, but life isn't a stream of random events that are unconnected. We live in an ordered world and a universe that follows incredible rules and patterns that scientists, mathematicians, and philosophers are really only at the beginning of discovery. But I wonder sometimes if God isn't looking upon us and wondering why we don't spend more time enjoying what He's created for us. Imagine for a moment you buy a present for a loved one. You spend a long time researching it. You go to shops to discover all your options. You speak with a lot of people to get their feedback and opinions. You check out reviews, you read all there is to know about this product you want to buy. And after all this effort, you then buy that special gift. It costs you a lot of money, but you don't care. This is for someone you care so deeply about. You would do anything for them. Money does not matter. You then wrap this present up for them in the most beautiful wrapping paper ever. You give them the present and they are overjoyed. But instead of unwrapping it, they admire the beautiful wrapping paper, the lovely ribbon around it instead. They put it on a shelf and step back and admire its appearance from the outside. But they never get to actually opening up the present to see the gift that you have really given them. Well, creation is like that. We allow ourselves to get caught up in our lives. These days it's social media, tabloids, current affairs, politics, and gossiping. We scratch around in the dirt looking for constant distractions. We don't unwrap life and appreciate the beauty of what God has blessed us with. His most awesome of presents, His creation. A creation He designed exclusively for us to enjoy with things so wondrous that the human mind cannot comprehend. One of the best ways to show how much you appreciate what God has given you is to reflect on this and spend time in His creation. Spend time in nature. It doesn't have to be on a remote mountain that overlooks the ocean somewhere, all alone. Even just sitting in your garden or visiting a local park and feeling the breeze running across your hands, the sunshine on your face, and birds singing can bring you closer to God and the gift of love that He bestowed on us a long, long time ago when He said, "Let there be light." So a question for you: how do you connect with God and celebrate His creation? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. Again, thanks for joining me today, and if you like this video, make sure to hit the like button just down there and also subscribe over there or down below so that the folks at YouTube can let you know when I release a new video. May God bless you.